Hey y'all, Stretchmore back here again. I want to make a quick part two about a dream not being a goal, right? So yesterday I listed off various things, different ideas, different concepts. But after I made the video, I kind of thought about more. I really thought about more things that really separate a dream from a goal. And really, some of the things I kind of thought in mind were, how seriously can it be taken, right? The time that it takes for that thing to be accomplished, the purpose, the value, and the value was the most important thing, I think, really. It's something I'm probably going to keep doing more reflecting about and thinking about. But I think the biggest word that really stuck with me when deciphering what was a dream and what was a goal is the value, right? How much you really like this thing, or how much you care about this thing, how much you care about this idea, how much you want it to prosper and grow into something, watching that thing come to fruition, right? How important is it? How near and dear to your heart is it really? And one example that I thought about was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And I thought about his I Have a Dream speech. Now, just from a logical standpoint, and I'm a very logical thinker, the one thing that I thought about is that he didn't name the speech I Have a Goal. He didn't start the speech by saying, I have a goal that dot, 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 dot. And the reason why that really resonated with me a lot is because it's a very prolific speech. It's one of the most important speeches probably known to mankind. And he has this really grand goal, right? This really grand dream, really, to unite everyone and allow everyone to, do this and do that with each other. Sort of like what we've reached now. Of course, things are not perfect, but we've reached a better time period in comparison to the civil rights movement of 1964, all those different things, right? And one thing that I really thought about with this is that if he were to say I have a goal, I don't think it would have been taken that seriously. I don't think it would have held the same weight. The fact that he said it was a dream is what really makes it significant, right? And I think that's the thing about a dream. A dream is very significant. It's significant to your life, others' lives, the world. It means so much rather than just a goal. A goal is something that can for sure be significant in your life, but I feel like a dream just naturally holds more weight. Back to the example that I used the other day, like my goal is to learn how to swim one day. Like that's significant, but I don't know if it's going to be super duper impactful. Like I've gone 21 years without learning how to swim. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's a lot to think about. I'm not gonna lie. It's really a lot to think about. And another thing that I thought about as well is that certain things can kind of be a hybrid. Certain things can kind of be a dream and a goal at the same time. Or certain things can be perceived as both. And I want to use an example from yesterday again. Me being a billionaire. It's something that I really do want to accomplish. Funny thing was my oldest brother and I once had a conversation. I was like, yeah, I want to be a billionaire. He was like, you are a billionaire. And it was really interesting to hear him say that. But thinking about it now, I'm going to tell you all why I thought about it yesterday. I said, this kind of sounds like a dream and a goal at the same time. And the reason why I thought about that is because me personally, I don't like making things about race, but I'm going to make this just a little bit about race. There are many black billionaires in the world, but there are a lot of billionaires in the world in general. But one thing I thought about, I said, how many black billionaires are there? I'm like LeBron, Dr. Dre, Oprah. Like I could only list off three, and these are common names. And I kind of thought, I was like, it's kind of a goal, it's a goal. Like being a billionaire is definitely straightforward a goal. But then I thought about it as well, it's like, it's also a goal because there aren't many black billionaires either, right? And at the end of the day, I'm just going to be honest with you. The race thing is really not that deep to me, when it comes to the whole billionaire goal aspect. I'm not even really thinking about that. I mean, think about money itself. Money doesn't discriminate. But, one thing that I really kind of thought about as well was like, the reason why I feel like me being a billionaire is definitely a dream too is because of the impact I can have with it, right? I could use my money for good. I could use my money to help other people. I've always had a philanthropy or philanthropist type mindset where if I were to be a billionaire, y'all, I would love to use my money for good. I wouldn't want to use it to necessarily get all these loopholes and to just be this almighty, all powerful being that just gets what he wants and, does this and does that and doesn't care about people. Like I would want to use my money for good, and I feel like being that billionaire would allow me to even access more of my dreams because money I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Money is a tool, and money can be a source of power. I'm not gonna lie. So that's why I kind of say, certain things can almost be a little bit of a hybrid. Certain things can definitely be a goal because of what it is simply. But then also depending on what value it holds or what purpose it holds or it can turn into a dream, or it can also be a dream as well. So overall, y'all, I think the biggest word that really deciphers a dream from a goal is value. How valuable is something, how attainable is something, but I think really most importantly, the value behind it. What does it really mean to you? What does it mean in general? And how basic is it? How complex is it? There are a variety of questions that I think you should ask yourself when thinking about, is this a dream or is this a goal? So overall, y'all, this is more thoughts that came to my mind. Just think about that. The next time you all write down something that you want to do, is that a dream or a goal? That's why I say if it's something that's so timely doable, like you can do it within the next month, you can do it within the next day, the next week, year, it seems like a goal to me, right? But if it's something that, and I'll be honest, here's another nuance. If it's something that can be done, let's say within a year, who's to say that that wasn't a dream? Say your dream is to, I don't know, do something very impactful, da 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 da. If you did it within a certain time period that was, pretty solid, I mean, hey, it still could be a dream. So that's why I say it's a variety of factors that play into that. But y'all, simply put, I'll say it again. A dream is not a goal. Remember that. But Stretch More back here again. I'll see y'all later. Peace.